Hi, today I wanted to talk about how to draw heads and faces, and I know I talked about this a bit in the previous video, but I didn't really get to go in depth about it. Also, I didn't really get to give my step-by-step process on how I actually got better at drawing faces. So first, you actually don't want to be starting with the skull right now. You also don't want to be studying face structure just yet. What you will be learning right now is head structure. So how I first started to learn to draw the face and the head was using the Andrew Loomis method. And this method is solely just to get the basic head structure down and to learn how to draw the head in different angles. And it also helps you learn face proportions a little, like the placement of the eyes, the eyebrows, the nose, the mouth, the chin, you know, like how to put the face, how to split the face into thirds, basically. And this is how I do it. Start with a circle, a line down the middle, like where you want the front of the face to be, a circle for, you know, like the side of the head, so, you know, you're thinking of it as a 3D object. Thinking of the head as a 3D object instead of a 2D one is very important. And then you want to draw a line going down the side of the head so that you can start drawing the jawline. Draw out your 3 lines for the proportions. I like to evenly space things out personally, but of course everyone's proportions are different. And draw the line for the chin and then connect the lines together. And yeah, that's the basic head structure. And then I draw the eye line, and then you could start putting the features in. But please use reference when you do this. And you can learn more about the Loomis method in these books here, and also these videos, which I can link in the description. So after you study this method, you want to be drawing it over real life people and kind of getting their proportions down so that it could become muscle memory, and you could start just memorizing people's facial proportions and the basic head structure. After you think you have a basic understanding, and after you've been practicing from real life reference using that method, I think you're ready to move on to step 2 of my process, which was studying the Asaro head. This is where you really start to get an idea of the structure of the head and start really seeing it as something that's 3D and that has like a surface, you know. Don't worry about messing up a bunch of times when you first start studying this. And after you've practiced it for a while, you don't have to draw every single plane, because I know how time consuming that could be, and soon you'll be able to simplify it more like this. So you want to practice drawing it in multiple angles as you did with the Loomis method, and I recommend tracing it first so that you can get used to drawing it, and then after you can start drawing closer to the reference. Also, when you're drawing this, you don't want to start putting all the details on it right away. You really want to start simple like you did with the Loomis method. So now you can start studying the skull, and you want to practice drawing this in like a lot of different angles, and just basically get used to also learning the proportions and the placement of things for the skull, like the eyebrow ridge, the mandible, the cheekbones, the nose bridge. It's all going to be super helpful when you want to start drawing characters. I also recommend this video on skulls, since I don't want to delve too deep into it, but basically you really want to learn how the mandible works. Another good practice to do with a skull is trying to draw the skull over a real life reference photo. With this practice, I think it really helps you visualize the structure when you're just looking at references without tracing the skull over. I think you just start to see it naturally. I mean, that happened with me since I memorized the different landmarks. Finally, after all this, you can start studying from stylized references. Also, one thing I want to note at the end of this is that everyone studies differently. You don't have to follow all this in exact order like I did. You can do your own way, whichever you think would be most beneficial for your case. Like, if you want to just start studying the skull, go for it, if you know, have that 3D understanding already. So just do whatever you think will work the best for you. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments, and I'll try my best to answer. And also, if you guys can think of something you might want me to talk about, then I'll add it to suggestions.